Okay, here is the Indian River Farm Store business plan presentation for AGBIZ 310 final project. So a little bit about the farm. It's located in Rupert, Vermont and has been in operation for over 100 years. For the last 20 of those years, the Bro family has leased and operated the farm while the ownership remains with the founding family. Under our current lease agreement, there's no limitations to what we're doing on the farm as long as it's a viable ag practice and the property remains in good condition. The lease was renewed in 2018 and we don't foresee that being an issue, um, us having a lease on the farm for the long-term viability of the farm or the farm store. So why open a farm store? It's a mix of a number of things with the growing farm to table trend, um, especially in the Northeast with all our touristy locations. Um, it's a great fit for the area. We're in close driving distance to tourist hotspots in southwestern Vermont. A lot of ski resorts, summertime shopping outlets, all sorts of things in the Manchester, Dorset, Vermont area, which we're a short drive from. It's also an opportunity for us to tell our story. We're one of a few small farms left in the area. We only milk 40 cows, so that's relatively small, um, all things considered. And it's also an opportunity for some supplemental income. So the mission of the Indian River Farm Store is to provide additional income to the operators and to assist in sustaining current operations while providing high quality food and fiber products that are naturally sourced and responsibly produced to its customers. We have a vision to be a retail location where customers can visit to be more connected to their food and fiber system. So on the property, there's a few things that we'll do before we are ready to launch. Site A is where the store is going to be. It's an old milk house prior to the milk house and being attached to the building, the barn, and like electricity and the technologies we have now. Used to just be a hole in the ground that they would fill with cold water to keep the milk cool in the cans. So right now that building is just being used as storage, so we'll convert into the small store. Site B is where we're going to put a lounge area surrounded by calf hutches to kind of surround our customers with animals so they can be part of the experience. And then C, D, and E are all beautification steps just to give a little better appearance of the farm. The products in our store, first and foremost, consider Bardwell cheeses. The milk that we produce is turned into 2 cheeses right down the road. The first cheese is Rupert, second Pollitt, named after the towns in the area. The cheeses have won awards nationally and globally, and they're primarily sold in excuse me, farmers markets in the city and in Europe. However, there is a market for it in the touristy areas that we're in around here. We'll also sell our beef and pork meats, raw milk, maple products, breads, and baked goods. Our target market is primarily middle-aged and upper middle and upper class consumer. Due to the nature of value-added products, it's a pretty natural demographic for us, and they're also more likely to be vacationing in ski resorts and nature trails in the surrounding areas. Some of our segments, we have Jane. She's a grandma with grandchildren's active, wants to do educational and fun activities with them. We've got Joe and Sally, who are retired, most likely day and weekend visitors. We'll target them through Facebook and internet ads primarily. And then we have our free-spirited parents with moderate income but have bought into the farm and table movement and want to expose their kids into that. So some of our objectives is to achieve profitability within 3 years of expansion completion, complete a transition of a maple operation by the 2020 season, increase our beef and pork sales, become a must-see in the region, hire at least 2 additional employees, and support other local businesses any way that we can. We'll do this through some of our keys to success, which will be to complete all farm beautification before launch, focused on targeting tourists visiting the Manchester and Dorset, Vermont area, Track all income expenses accurately and not mix them with other farm activities. Ensure there is no opportunity. Ensure that there is opportunity for consumers to see, to do, and to buy something. Our principal members are my parents, myself, and the farm owner. My parents will mainly assist in day-to-day operations as needed, where I'll be coordinating them and assist when needed. We have a cook cashier doing the other standard type things. Just a quick look at our yearly profits and gross margin before we conclude. First year showing a pretty substantial loss of over 14 grand, but in year 2 and 3 we start to see that go back up, showing just over 11 grand profit in year 3. Where our gross margin, we have a pretty small margin in the first year, but just like our profit grows as we continue. So thank you for watching. I really enjoyed putting this together. It's possibly something we will actually try and do back at the farm, so it's been really great putting this together. Thanks.